Hello, Gemini Twin Gang. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. I sure do hope that you're doing well today, Gemini. This is your tarot card for the week of October 26, 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have Gemini in any of those placements, odds are there's a little message in this reading for you. Also, keep in mind, Gems, that this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, and don't forget to check out your other placements. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Gemini collective now for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What is Gemini's tarot card for the week of October 26th, 2025? What do they need to know? What do they need to consider? Let's get one more shuffle here for you, Gem. Thank you. Our tarot card of the week, the Moon card. What situation in your life do you feel is keeping something from you, secretly keeping something from you? Bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Swords. What is being closed off or blocked out of your reality? Okay. Now, if you've never seen this reading before, this is not what you don't see coming. I've already released those videos for the week ahead for all 12 signs and the placements of Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. The tarot card of the week reading that I do is typically advice from source. There's a question or something that they want us to ponder, to consider, so we can go within, come up with the answer we need or the decision we need to make, and that will help progress our lives forward so we don't get too stuck or too stagnant. So it just kind of helps us on our journey. So our question, as most of you know, I am a Gemini Sun, S-U-N, not S-O-N. I don't know why closed captioning always says S-O-N, but anyway, I'm a daughter. I'm a Gemini daughter. Anyway, there's something here that we feel, right? What situation in your life, or it could be environment or connection, do you feel, Moon is about feelings, is secretly keeping something from you? And then amazing how in the Two of Swords, she's blindfolded. So do you think something is being blocked out or that you're not seeing something? Tell me more about this. And is that actually the truth, Gemini, or are those doubts, fears, and insecurities creeping in? Because right behind the Two of Swords, we have the Devil. And right behind that, we have the High Priestess. So are your doubts, fears, and anxieties blocking out your intuition and making you think that something is occurring when it's not? Oh, interesting take on this. Okay, take a look at that. We have the Three of Wands. It's almost like you're waiting. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're waiting for bad news. You're waiting for something to get flipped, turned upside down type of thing. Tell me more about this here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. First card out, Three of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, looking good so far. Page of Cups, bottom of the deck, there's that Moon. There's the 9 of Wands. There's the 6 of Pentacles. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Look, it's like different cards, but same meaning. So we'll clarify some of this for you. So Gemini, I think you're your own worst enemy at this time, okay? And I'm a Gemini. I know how our mercurial mind works. It's brilliantly beautiful. We come up with ideas. We're funny. We're witty. We've got fast comebacks. We can mother F you like no one else on the planet of 8.9 billion people can. But we also are the 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords, as well as the 10 of Swords in tarot. So that mental thinking, which when used in a positive way, can yield some fabulous results with ideas and suggestions and things we want to do and see and all of that great stuff. It also has that shadow aspect to it of all of the negative what ifs and those doubts and those fears and those insecurities. And so there's something here in your life that you are investing in. You're collaborating with another entity here in that Three of Pentacles. We're coming together to work on this goal, this dream, this relationship, this job, this project. 3 of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles. And we move forward. We're continually moving forward. No matter what happens here, we get back on track. We keep moving forward. And then the Page of Cups is looking right at that. Cups being our emotions. So our pentacle resources, our earth energy is like, we're grounded. We're going to do this. The fire energy is, we're moving forward. And then the Page of Cups is looking at the Moon going, what if it doesn't work out this time? What if I'm a failure? What if they don't like me? What if they're cheating on me? What if they're lying to me? And so investing our emotional energy in that way, in that negative way, brings us right to our knees in the 9 of Wands. And then in the Six of Pentacles, we start questioning, is the other entity on the up and up? Because Six of Pentacles for me is not astrologically speaking, but it's kind of like Libra meets Taurus, right? Because we see the scales of justice with Libra, the Six of Pentacles, I think it's the second or third decan of Taurus. So we start wondering, is this entity breadcrumbing us? Are they not giving us reciprocity? Even when the mind has not even come into play here. We have no swords. We just keep waiting. We keep waiting for the good thing, the Four of Wands, to fall apart, and then we have to become defensive. Seven of Wands. What is this? Obviously, it's different for all of you, but there's something here you continue to invest in with another entity. You move forward on it, and just as things are progressing, you start second guessing. What I noticed is this is about you and someone else, but they're not present here. So I don't think this has much to do with them. I think this has to do with you, with us. Because typically in the Three of Pentacles card, like in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, there's 3 people. Other cards, there's 2 people. This one, you're singular. You're singular, you're singular, you're singular, you're singular. Even the Six of Pentacles is singular in the tarot deck I used for you. All right. We're constantly waiting for, like I said, the shoe to drop, something to go wrong, the person to F us over. What is this that we're working on? Obviously, different for all of us, but let's see if I can get a good idea for the majority of you. What is this that Gemini keeps working on? Why is that Three of Pentacles here? One more shuffle. Thank you. What do you keep working on? Ace of Cups that the page is holding, ironically enough. So love or something that you love could be your work project, could be a skill you have, a hobby, something you're trying to learn, a person that you love. Ace of Cups, the Sun, and the Ace of Pentacles look all singular energy. Damn it. So whoever this other entity is, I feel like they're irrelevant to the reading because you keep investing in something that you believe is the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And why do I say that? Because all aces are the potential to get to the tens. The Ace of Cups is the potential to get to the Ten of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles is the potential to get to the Ten of Pentacles. And what do you have smack in the middle? The Sun. And what is the Sun? Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. So you keep investing in this with another entity. It's like you're going for the gold. And you get all fired up. And then something happens here with your emotions. Queen of Cups, Three of Swords, King of Wands. It's like you break your own heart. You break your own heart. Why is Gemini doing this? Let's see if we can figure this out for you. Why does Gemini do this or keep doing this? Tell me more about this here for Gemini. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Why do you keep doing this? Seven of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Because whoever this other entity is, you don't trust them. And this is going to be a shocking revelation for you. Your lack of trust for them has nothing to do with them. I'm not saying that they're a stand-up person, the best business partner, the best boss, the best lover. I mean, maybe they're the best lover, but you know what I mean. You don't trust them because of something you learned in your childhood. Something you learned in your childhood, Page of Pentacles, was embedded in you. That when things are too good and they feel too good, I'm going to get effed over. I have a Gemini here who wants success but is afraid of it. I have a Gemini here who wants love but is afraid of it. And they don't even realize it. Because everyone I loved before left me. Because every other job I had screwed me over. Because every other business partner I had stole money from me. Like, whatever that story is for you. It's possible that this other entity is inconsistent, but you're not realizing that energetically, you're inconsistent. We're inconsistent. The Fool card, like birth, right? This is the first card in the Major Arcana deck. It's card 0. So from the beginning of early childhood, something that was going well in your childhood fell apart. I don't know, maybe your parents got a divorce. Maybe mom or dad absconded and left, you know. Maybe someone passed away that you really loved. Maybe it was a grandma. Maybe it was your, classmate. Maybe it was the first great love of your life. And that connection just ended for whatever reason. Whenever this happened, it is not happening today. it happened back then, in the beginning. So in the beginning, like your first job, or in the beginning of your first real friend, or in the beginning of your first true love, or in the beginning of your connection with your parents or your guardians. Something happened in the beginning. Nine of Swords, King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. This is almost like programmed into you at this point, or was at the time. Like I'm better off single. I'm better off on my own. But you want someone to work with, to work for you, to partner with you, to be your best friend. But the King of Swords, which is us, whether we're masculine or feminine, is plagued by the Nine of Swords, which is Gemini energy. 9 swords plus the 1 sword that the king is holding. I am always waiting to be lied to. I'm always waiting to be betrayed. So you know what? 9 of Pentacles. I'm just better off being alone. You know what? I don't need you. I don't need this shit. And it's jumping to the assumption that the other entity here is screwing you over, even when they're not. All right, Gemini, we got a spiritual lesson here. We've got the Hierophant, we've got the 10 of Wands, and we've got the Queen of Wands. There's something here we need to look at. I didn't want to make this too long of a reading for us. This is a good week for us to go within and figure this out. We're in Scorpio season. Scorpio season is about death and rebirth. And it's about transformation. And this could be a very transformative time for Gemini in Scorpio season to look at this and really identify where this came from. Tell me a little bit more about that wound in that Page of Pentacles. What was learned here? One more shuffle. Thank you. What was learned here? Again, the Fool came out literally in the beginning. So in the beginning of something for you, the Fool, Justice, and the Hanged Man. 9 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the Chariot. Well, that took a different twist. There was something in your childhood, or at some point, again, in the beginning of some interaction or partnership here. This goes way back. This has nothing to do with the person who's currently in your life. Like if you're looking at this like a love reading, this does not have to do with that partner, unless you were with them when you were like 5 years old. Something was unjust, not fair, not balanced with something in your life. And it made you see justice from a different perspective. It made you see that justice is not attainable, that it ingrained a belief in you that the world's not fair, or eventually everyone will let you down, or everyone will screw you over, or everyone is out to get you because something unjust or unfair happened to you as a child. You know, I don't know, maybe your parents split up and your mom or dad took off. And you're like, well, you might not even realize you think that, but deep down inside of you, subconsciously speaking, you're like, I can't ever be vulnerable with someone, because I was pretty vulnerable when I was 5 years old and mom left or dad left. I was pretty vulnerable at 10 years old when I loved the next door neighbor and then they picked up and moved and I never saw them again. You know, there's some feeling like that here. And you feel like, well, if that person could have did it to me, or that person left, or that person I just heard died on me, then anyone else can do it too. We have become our own worst enemy out of doubts, fears, and insecurities that were embedded in us through either one pivotal experience or a series of them very early on that made us believe that at the end of the day, everyone will eventually screw you over. And so you're sabotaging something here that you really want, because every time everything starts going good and goes according to plan, your emotions have to trigger it. Notice we still have no swords, and look at the amount of cards on the table. Justice holds 2. Actually, ironically, in this deck, Justice holds no swords. I have some decks where she holds 2. I have other decks where she holds 1. We have no swords except for you sabotaging yourself in the 7 of Swords. Let's get you some advice, Gemini. Sorry this reading went a little long. I was very intrigued by it. Can we get advice for Gemini? How to begin healing this? The World. Well, there's the lesson. The World, 5 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. That's why I love tarot. The lesson here is to realize that just because that incident in the past was disappointing, just because that didn't work out, just because that person left, just because that person passed away, just because that person screwed you over, doesn't mean that every other soulmate in your life is going to do the same. There can be balance in partnerships. There can be balance in the workplace. There can be balance in friendships. 2-2. Angel number. 2 cups standing, 2 of pentacles. I'll pin that definition for you. That's your lesson here, Gemini. And this is a great week for you to figure out where the hell that came from. And how are you maybe unfairly judging someone in your life? Based on some sort of discretion here that they never actually did. Because it goes back to a wound in your childhood. If you can figure that out, you may be able to achieve whatever this is with whomever this other entity is. Because still at the end of this reading, they remain elusive. So I don't think it has to do with even one particular person. It might just be the way you show up in every aspect of your life. Every time it goes good, you wait for something to break down. Oh, the car's been running great. And then it's like subconsciously, you're like, any day now, I'm going to get a flat tire. It's almost like you're manifesting. Gemini, you're manifesting a negative outcome based on negative thoughts, and those negative thoughts are coming from your negative emotions, and those negative emotions are coming from something that happened in childhood that severely disappointed you, and you just assume everyone else and everything else in the world will do the same. If you can figure that out this week, you're a step closer to not only completing that lesson and putting it behind you, but engaging differently with the people, places, and things in your life. You'll be showing up in a more balanced way. The 2 of Pentacles in this deck actually has a rainbow, which takes you to your 10 of Cups. That's what I have for you, Gemini. Powerful, powerful reading there for my twin gang for the week of October 26, 2025. If you liked any of those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, or maybe just found them to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.